Deep in the heart of Whispering Woods, where the golden sunlight danced through the treetops and the river sang a cheerful tune, lived a wise old owl named Oliver and a clever hen named Henny. They were the best of friends and were known as the problem solvers of the forest. Whenever the animals faced trouble, they turned to Oliver and Henny for guidance. One bright morning, as the sun peeked over the hills, a little squirrel named Sammy came rushing through the trees. His fluffy tail twitched with panic, and his tiny feet barely touched the ground as he sprinted toward the great oak, where Oliver and Henny often sat. "Oliver! Henny!" Sammy squeaked, breathing heavily. "Something terrible is happening." Oliver, perched on a low branch, blinked his large round eyes. "Calm down, young one," he hooted. "What troubles you?" Sammy took a deep breath. "The river. The water is disappearing. The fish are struggling, the frogs have nowhere to swim, and soon, we won't have enough to drink." Henny fluffed her feathers in alarm. "Oh, dear. That is serious indeed. Without the river, the whole forest will suffer." Oliver nodded. "Then we must act quickly. Let us investigate the cause." The discovery. Oliver, Henny, and Sammy hurried to the riverbank, where a group of worried animals had gathered. A deer lapped at the shallow water, looking confused, while a family of rabbits whispered among themselves. A group of frogs sat on a dry rock, their normally shiny skin looking dull. "I don't understand," croaked Freddie the Frog. "Just last week, the river was full of water. What happened?" "Let's find out," Oliver said wisely, spreading his wings and taking off into the sky. He soared over the winding river, his sharp eyes scanning the land below. After a short flight, he gasped. "I see the problem," he called down. Henny and the animals followed the riverbank upstream. After walking for a while, they reached a large pile of logs, sticks, and mud, a massive dam. The water behind it was deep and still, but only a tiny trickle escaped to the other side. And right in the middle of the dam was Benny the Beaver and his family, working hard, stacking more sticks on top. "The problem." "Benny," Henny called out. "We need to talk." Benny looked up, wiping his wet paws. "Oh, hello, friends. What brings you here?" "The river," Sammy blurted out. "It's disappearing because of your dam." Benny's whiskers twitched. "Yes, we built this dam to make a pond for our home," he said proudly. "We beavers need deep water to stay safe from predators." "But now," Oliver hooted, "the other animals in the forest have almost no water left." Benny's ears drooped. "Oh, I didn't realize." Henny tilted her head. "We understand that you need your home to be safe, but if the river dries up, no one will have enough water, including you." Benny scratched his head. "But what can we do? If we destroy our dam, my family won't be safe." Oliver fluffed his feathers. "Destroying the dam is not the only answer. Perhaps we can find a way for the river to flow while keeping your home safe." Henny tapped her beak thoughtfully. "What if you make some small openings in the dam? That way, water can still flow, but your pond won't disappear completely." Benny's eyes brightened. That could work. But we'll need help to build it properly." "Then we shall all help." Henny clucked. The animals cheered. Even the frogs, who were usually grumpy about hard work, hopped in excitement. For the rest of the day, the animals worked as a team. The beavers carefully removed some of the logs and mud, creating small gaps in the dam. The rabbits and squirrels helped dig tiny channels to guide the water downstream. The deer used their strong hooves to smooth the pathways, ensuring the water flowed evenly. As the sun began to set, the first trickles of water turned into a steady stream. The river came back to life, rippling and flowing as before. The fish jumped with joy, the frogs splashed happily, and the birds dipped their beaks into the cool water. Benny and his beaver family smiled proudly at their new dam. It was still strong, and their pond remained deep enough for safety, but now the whole forest had water once again. Oliver landed on a low branch and looked at the happy animals. "You see," he said, "problems are best solved when we work together and understand each other's needs." Henny nodded. "Instead of arguing, we listened, and we found a solution that helped everyone." Benny smiled. "And I learned that helping others doesn't mean losing what we need. It just means finding a fair way for everyone to share. The animals cheered. That night, under the glowing moon, they celebrated their teamwork with laughter and song. From that day on, whenever there was a problem in Whispering Woods, the animals remembered how the wise owl and the clever hen helped them find the perfect solution together.